the gang. I love the hustle, man. I be feeling like one of them ball playing niggas, you know. Yeah, you know a nigga got dough. A nigga could leave the league. The fans still gonna love me, right?
Last week, Sonny Davis was convicted of major heroin trafficking in Oakland. And according to the DA, there won't be much heroin selling going on there soon. You may not know the Chambers brothers, but you will soon. These are four guys who turned crack cocaine dealing into a crackerjack business in the Detroit area. Not only that, the most amazing thing about their story is they videotaped it all.
Detroit's drug gangs are known for being ruthless, using young children to sell drugs and threatening anyone who gets in their way.
If you owe us some money and your mom and them at home and you ain't there, we can't find you, your mama go.
For gangs, drug turf is clearly defined. It is a world that is difficult for outsiders to penetrate. But that's exactly what happened when four country boys from Arkansas used corporate marketing techniques to take over the city's drug trade. Believing that they were above the law, they boldly videotaped their activities.
Money, money, money. We rich, damn it. Because all that was in need. Jackson. $150,000 cash.
The country boys who quickly monopolized Detroit's drug trade were the Chambers brothers, Billy Joe, Larry, Willie Lee, and Otis. They were small-time marijuana dealers who cornered the market in crack cocaine.
It blossomed into a drug distribution network, the largest crack cocaine distribution network ever prosecuted in the United States, operating 200 to 300 crack houses in the city of Detroit, using 400 to 500 employees.
The Chambers brothers operated like a major corporation. Larry and Billy Joe were the chief executives, running several divisions.
Ain't no telling how much up there. Rich, I'm gonna buy me 3 cars tomorrow. And a Jeep.
The sophistication of the Chambers organization was shocking. Even veteran law enforcement officials had never seen anything like it.
They had every corporate marketing skill that is successful in legitimate business. They had it. They had it all. They had rules, regulations, fines, incentives for their employees. They paid them well. If these people had gone into legitimate business, they'd probably be very successful legitimate businessmen. I have no doubt of that.
You're looking at $20,000 worth of crack. It is usually sold in tiny rocks that cost $10. The Chambers brothers captured the street market by offering 2-for-1 sales and discount coupons.
They would discount the price to $7, to $5, to $3. They had runners on the street, bringing people from a competitor's crack house to their crack house.
The Chambers brothers' corporate mentality influenced other drug sellers. Many dealers began sounding like junior executives.
If business is good for everybody, then everybody is cool. But if it starts getting crowded, you have to make cutbacks, just like the big corporations.
Corporate profits for the Chambers poured in so rapidly that they literally couldn't count it all.
Should we throw these ones away, man, since we got $500,000?
Well, I tell you what we can do. We can give it to the poor.
That's exactly what I say, too. We'll just donate those to the poor. As a matter of fact, we'll just ride down the street and get them ones away.
The man counting the money is William Jackson, a lieutenant in the Chambers organization. The man behind the camera, whose voice you hear, is Larry Chambers. Like his brothers, he was rarely photographed, but he enjoyed videotaping drug deals and trips back to his hometown of Marianna, Arkansas. The brothers made trips back to their hometown to show off their new-made wealth and to enlist Marianna's high school students for their burgeoning business in Detroit. Dozens were recruited and taken back to the Motor City in caravans. They were promised fast money and high times. Instead, many were virtually enslaved.
They were put inside of dirty, decrepit rooms in apartments with a hole in the door, and they were to stay there, as I say, 12 hours a day, sometimes 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Employees were controlled by strict written rules. Violators paid fines and were subject to severe beatings. 17-year-old James Ray Ferris left Marianna with the Chambers brothers and was found murdered in a Detroit crack house. His foster father hopes that other Marianna teens will learn from James Ray's experience.
Through his death, there have been some children have turned around. And I'm thankful for that. you know, because if you can get one or two to turn around, you have accomplished something.
When the Chambers brothers were arrested, police confiscated 6 kilos of cocaine, 193 guns, 68 cars, and $500,000 in cash. They believe millions of dollars more may be hidden in Mariana. The Chambers brothers were convicted of conspiracy to distribute narcotics. They face life in prison. For 3 years, they lived the high life while leaving a trail of shattered lives from Arkansas to Michigan. They introduced cocaine to a quiet country town. Their crack houses helped destroy entire neighborhoods in a major city. Yet many children see them as heroes. Prosecutors say the damage they have done is overwhelming.
If you count the bodies and the injuries, it's astounding what takes place, what a drug distribution gang, when they're in full operation, can do. It's incomprehensible, the human damage and the misery that's caused by it.